sa paglalaro, ilabas ang tinatagong talento. Maharlika, walang imposible. Aabante hanggang sa makamit ang tagumpay. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Isa lamang ang layunin. Basketballista ang Pilipinas, sama-sama. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina.
Oras na para maipakita ang mga nakatago na talento ng Pinay. Sa tag-iisan at pagalingan, handang ipamalas. Anong kayang ibigay? Kaya-kaya talaga na maipagsabayan. Kabibiliban sa kada laban ng galawan. Sa ganito larangan, masasaksihan na kakayanan ng ating kababaihan.
Dugo at pawis na ang puhunan, bawat ensayo ay tututukan. Hanggat may oras, hindi susuko, maglalaro to ng buong puso. Kaharlika, Pilipinas, handa nang magpakitang gilas. Ito ang liga ng Pilipina, taas bandera, walang
Ito
mahina.
ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Buong bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina. Kapanapanabik na tagpo, handang-handa lahat sa paglalaro, ilabas ang tinatagong talento. Maharlika, walang imposible. Aabante hanggang sa makamit ang tagumpay. Ito ang liga ng bawat Pilipinang maharlika. Isa lamang ang layunin. Basketballista ang Pilipinas, sama-sama. Ito ang liga ng bawat bansa'y makikita ang husay ng bawat Pilipina.
In the first day of the quarterfinals, we are officially seeing more action and more of, unfortunately, been going home as we get to see teams possibly extending their stay in this series or probably ending it and moving forward to the quarterfinals. We are here at the lovely Paranaque City Coliseum to witness Quezon City looking to advance to the semis right away against Pasig that are looking forward to maintain and extend this series para sila ang umalagwa patungo sa semifinals. Isang magandang gabi sa lahat ng ating mga manonood and those who are here at the Coliseum. This is the second season of the Wmpbl Pro. My name is Hans Galeria. Joining me is, of course, Coach Anton de los Reyes. We have Flo Del Agua at courtside. And Coach, we saw one series end kani-kanina lamang.
And this series, they want to obviously extend, try to break that end here in the quarterfinals. We're talking about, of course, Queenpin Basketball Pasig going up against Quezon City RK Hoops Tenacity. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second game of our doubleheader here this Wednesday. Great to still be working with you, Hans.
Yep, it's been a pretty solid couple of hours from what we saw, and the continuation is finally here. From what we witnessed kanina lamang, it's the third seed officially advancing to the semifinals to be facing off against what you were saying, the defending champions of the Wmpbl. Ito namang nasa taas ang ating sasaksihan where it's Quezon City having a twice to beat advantage. And you were talking to me about this matchup being so close because during the regular season, it was either team getting at least one win from each other.
It was a bit of a cliffhangers, you would say, for both of those games in round one and round two. Of course, round one, we know yung nangyari doon. It was a last-second shot or layup by Nick Cancho that gave itong Queenpin Basketball that win. Pero nung round two naman, nakabawi itong side ng Quezon City RK Hoops. It was a close game. Up 3 by first quarter, 18-15. Went cold, 5 out of 24 itong Queenpin Basketball. It was tied at 73 all, a minute and 16 left. But a 9-1 run by Quezon City. Mikey Antonio, 6 points in that final minute to be able to seal the deal for Quezon City RK Hoops in that second round matchup.
You know, I'm looking at that first round matchup because it was quite similar dun sa statistics nila in terms of this season. But I guess to know more about this poetic of a matchup, we have here the third member of our crew to know more and to talk to us about it. Flo Del Agua, take us away.
I'm glad that you mentioned na merong something similar nang nangyari doon sa round 1 matchup ng mga teams na ito. But before that, good afternoon, Hans and Coach Anton, as well as sa lahat po ng nakatutok dito sa Wmpbl. Going back sa round 1 matchup po to refresh your memories, mga ka-Wmpbl, wala din po si Tantoy Ferrer in that game. And although hindi nakuha ng Tenacity RK Hoops Quezon City ang panalo, it was only a 1-point game with Ann Dampios being the leading scorer. Kaya syempre, tinanong ko sa kanya kanina, nangyari na to before. Do you believe that you can pull off the same performance? And she told me that yes, dahil lang hinihintay lang naman daw ni Ann ay opportunity at mas mahabang minutes. And with Tantoy being out, she is ready to be that woman in absence of the focal point of their offense. And mga ka-Wmpbl, it is the second quarterfinals game between the Tenacity RK Hoops Quezon City kontra Queenpin Pasig. Dito na po ba matatapos o may extend pa po ba? Let me turn you over to our venue announcer.
Back for more women's basketball action as we are still here at the Paranaque Coliseum for the quarter-final round of the second season of the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Regular season, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipina. It's our main game for our Wednesday's doubleheader featuring the number 4 seed 10-act RK Hoops Quezon City going up against the number 5 seed Queenpin Pasig. Quezon City holds a twice to beat advantage in this series. Let us now meet the starters. First, for the 10-act RK Hoops Quezon City. At guard number 8, Bianca Alcantara. The other guard number 12, George Panty. At forward, number 13, Mikey Antonio. The other forward, number 18, Steph La Rosa. And at center, number 23, Nick the Slick Molina. Their head coach is John Covarrubias. Assistant coaches, Bonnie Garcia, Benji Jimenez, Paulo Molo, Patrick Mercado, Rod Cruz, and Daniel Atienza. Team manager, JP Digno. Team owners, Charles Philip Tan, Andrew Bellarmino, attorney Gerald Chavez, and Willie Pasamonte. And now it's time to meet the starters for Queenpin Pasig. At guard number 5, Chris Padilla. At center, number 7, Chris Tolentino. The other guard number 12, Lee Sario. At forward, number 13, LJ Miranda. And the other forward, number 14, Nick Cancho. Their head coach is Kyle Omegan. Assistant coaches, Nikki Monteclaro, Brian Cave, Kai Lim, Charles Castellone, Carl Castellone, and Sunny Isidera. Team consultant, Anton Altamirano. Team manager, JC Fernandez and Gian Cañares. Team owner, Ryan Monteclaro.
Of course, our game referees,
The
you have
referees
Dennis
for this
Escaros,
matchup.
Mary Jane Dayandayan, and Coach Jasper Tumlao. They're going to be the ones trying to at least mediate the situation. Para sa Quezon City, you have Panty, Alcantara, La Rosa, Antonio, at Molina. Para naman sa Pasig, it's Padilla, Sario, Miranda, Cancho, and Tolentino. This is quite a different starting lineup as to how we are accustomed to, and I feel like, you know, Flo will be able to help us out with that later on. We'll leave the mystery for that later. Pero sa ngayon, this is Quezon City holding on to a twice to beat advantage against Queenpin Pasig, looking to extend this series and for them to advance to the semifinals. And first things first, it's a foul. It's a foul.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, welcome to the quarterfinals of the Wmpbl regular season. And to your point, mentioning that it is a bit of a different starting lineup for both of these teams. Of course, for Quezon City RK Hoops, Tenacity, Flo Del Agua already mentioned. Wala. Tantoy Ferrer currently in Mongolia, eating some Mongolian barbecue, I would assume.
Sana
and on the other side, Gabi Bade, not in the starting lineup, but she is in uniform.
Yep.
But, okay, I'll leave the mystery to Flo Del Agua. I am not going to let the cat out of the bag as to why Gabi Bade is not in the starting lineup.
Yep, because that is all we're kind of wondering about the entire time. So, kinakabahan si Flo. Sabi niya, paano kaya kung hindi yun yung report ko? Fortunately, it's I think that's
Flo's
it.
got
Right?
it.
Flo's got it done. Flo's got
She-
it done.
She's got 5 reports ready for
Right?
whatever happens. She's got 5 reports
Yeah,
just
up until
on the
like,
back burner.
Yeah, if plan A is not what we're
Yeah.
asking, she has until like plan F or
Yep.
something like that. I don't know.
Plan E.
Plan E, right?
Yeah.
Right, because it's 5.
5. There
So-
you go.
I don't know how to count for some reason. Queenpin Pasig wearing black, and of course RK Hoops QC Tenacity is wearing white. And as of this moment, Pant is obviously trying to begin the scoring output, but instead it is going to be Molinas getting the 2.
Offensive rebound for Nick Molina. Getting the first 2 points for Quezon City RK Hoops. Quick to answer, Lisario with that gooseneck of a 3.
Okay, I see it. No hesitation whatsoever, pulling up from way out. And that's miscommunication right away. mula dito sa Quezon City as they're trying to get their gears going. And it's still the early portions of the match. So paramdam ko, pwede ka pang mag-commit na mga ganong klaseng mistakes. Because knowing these two, it could go close as it could possibly be. Padilla wanted to go at it. Not gonna happen. Molina with a rebound and Panty is gonna be knocking it or getting it down. Alcantara puts a stop on it. He wanted to get to the center, but to no avail. It's not gonna happen. Instead, Miranda, off target from point blank range, but it will still stay with them. Immediately apologizing to the coaching staff in the bench.
A push on Nick Molina on that defensive rebound. But LJ Miranda overcooking that layup attempt.
We're seeing majority of the players here finally joining in on the party as Tolentino will not be able to convert on that tough shot. They go to Alcantara from way out. Only hits the net. That's the nothing but net that you don't like.
Not the good kind.
Yep, here's La Rosa who's going to try a second time. Won't go. Both teams somewhat similar to the first game that we saw a while ago, having a tough time in the first 2 minutes.
Feeling out process for both of these teams as, you know, pretty much they're trying to at least assert that type of game that they want to have to dictate the tempo.
Ooh, look at Panty fighting through the defense.
All that contact, still able to finish. I'm surprised. No whistle was blown on that drive to the bucket by George.
That was tough.
It was
spelled
indeed.
T-U-F-F.
I thought you were gonna say spelled P-A-N-T-I.
You know what? Hey, that's true. That's another valid claim, but Sario, same spot, same result. I guess I don't need to spell that for you.
Yep. 3 Sario is what I want to call her from now on.
You're improving. I like that.
3 Sario, yep. It's not Lee, it's 3
It's
Sario,
3.
yep.
You're right. For everybody who's currently watching, it's 6-4 in favor of Queenpin Pasig. Alcantara wanted to add to it, but it's not going to happen just yet, as it is still a bit of a struggle para dito sa koponan ng QC, who is currently holding on to a twice-to-beat advantage. And we saw teams, you know, missing key players from the first match, and they were still able to manage to not really maximize it, but at least give themselves a bit of a rest para sa susunod din ang laban in the semifinals. Now it's Miranda looking at Padilla for a three-pointer. They've wanted to go all threes for the first quarter, but it's not going to happen at that time. Score is still 6-4. Antonio. Won't happen. There's going to be an opening again. Alcantara double teamed for a bit. The shirt was held, and Miranda is going to be called for a foul.
That seems to be the game plan that we're seeing. It's Bianca Alcantara attacking the basket.
Again, for those who just tuned in, the score is 6-4 with Queenpin Pasig, the black shirts, holding on to a lead. And it's finally updated for your guys' reference so that you don't miss out on the action. Alcantara with the inbound as they're trying to keep it going. They've had a couple of three-point attempts. All of it haven't gone in. Outstretched arms itong Queenpin Pasig. He's got them going with a lead. Tolentino looks behind. Decides to give it up. Tocancio, who only has 8 seconds to go, won't convert. There were 2 black shirts on that rebound. Miscommunication on that end.
Yeah, but Bianca Alcantara, right place at the right time to pick up that loose ball.
Pante tosses it to the right. It would have been a straight jumper already, and Pante shoots a 3. And finally, the three-point gates have opened for QC.
5 points for George Panty, getting a layup earlier, and this time a three-pointer from the top of the key.
And they'll be playing defense on that end too. Here's an attack using the board, or at least attempting to go for the board, but it would not happen there. Villanueva decides to attack. That's going to be a rejection. Ball will be kept by Pasig, but a great defensive stop from Molina.
Excellent timing from Nick Molina, but here's that three-pointer, top of the key. George Panti, no hesitation. Nothing but the bottom on that three-pointer.
Meanwhile, another three is going to happen, but it's not going to work just yet. What's going to happen this time is that we're going to listen to Flo Del Agua. Flo, what's up?
Gentlemen, to cut the mystery, Gabi Bade of Queenpin Pasig isn't in the starting lineup because she isn't set to play for this whole match. Gabi injured her right knee from their last game against Akari, and afterwards, her movement was already limited even in their previous trainings. I had to tell Gabi, though, it's good that you're still present and in uniform today, to which Gabi answered, if it were up to me, I would still want to play, but both my PTs here in Pasig and in Gilas advised me to recover instead to prevent further damage. So Hans and Coach Anton, would it be a more equal playing field if this supposed matchup from both teams' main women are on the sidelines today? All for now.
Oh, yeah. I think that is, again, a mystery finally given a solution. Badi, or should I say the Badi is out. And from here on out, it's Queenpin Pasig looking to keep it moving with the players that they have on the floor. I think Tolentino needs to step up big time, but on the other hand, Dampios will not be able to convert on that three.
Well, that's some added firepower for the side of Quezon City. RK Hoops, tenacity, and Dampios, knockdown three-point shooter. But how about that? Yvette Villanueva, that spot seems to have some magic. Lisa
dude.
getting a couple now. Yvette Villanueva with a three-pointer of her own.
Dude, if we're watching 2K right now, if we're playing 2K, that would be the red zone already. But hey, it's still good. Meanwhile, this could be the red zone para dito sa kupunan ng QC. But unfortunately, for Antonio, it's already a 3-second violation called up against them. So, with that being said, again, going back to, you know, this play right here, the aristocrat assist of the game, with Villanueva outstretched arms, cannot be stopped on that three-pointer. And it seems like everybody is channeling Gabi Bade on this first quarter as they've been shooting up threes and they've been making them.
There you go. There you are stepping up, talking about the other players of Queenpin Pasig. Of course, Sari already with a couple of threes to her name. Yvette Villanueva with one.
Tolentino bumping bodies with a defensive player. This time it's Natural. And naturally, I went with it right away. You know, that's what you would do. That's what you would do.
You had to.
Because you had me last time. You had me the last time. You had me the last time, dude. It's my turn.
Okay. Champ Natural. Just too strong, getting a foul underneath against Aragon.
So from where we're looking at right now, there's a total of 3 players that have scored for Queenpin Pasig. This is already a good sign because I think the rotation coming in from Coach Kyle, binabalasa niya yung karamihan sa mga players niya, but keeping you know, key factors like Lisario and Chris Tolentino in the lineup. Now here's Alcantara, step back three. Not money just yet. Ooh, bumps here and there. But that is a great defensive stop mula dito sa kupunan ng Pasig.
Almost had that rebound, that offensive rebound, talking about Bianca Alcantara. Just hit her leg.
Yeah.
Went out of bounds.
More players are entering this lineup from where we're looking at as Pasig is holding on to a 3-point lead. Parungao is instructing Natural on where to go and where to bring that basketball. But that is, again, a great defensive stop mula kay De La Cruz, who will also be shooting. Wanted to get a good two-way play from that one, but it won't happen. Instead, it's a three from another player joining in on the party. It's Aragon making it happen.
Andre Aragon, second chance opportunity, and a three-pointer at that from the right corner.
Now here's Natural looking to go for a foul again, but that's not going to be the case. No call from our officials. Hanap na naman ulit ng tempo. Dampios waiting for that bucket. It won't go. Villanueva with the rebound. All 10 with 2.5 to go. Great pass to Natural. In and out. Oh, it seems like the fouls mula dito kay Natural have been really solid, but she's already had that bucket halfway down.
And then he decides to pop back out. Look at that, Champ Natural. Good pass. Given up by her teammate on that baseline.
Natural has made one free throw. Unfortunately, her total as of the moment is 1 for 3. But she still has a second chance. It's not going to happen either. 1 for 4. This ball game stays at all 10. Andy tosses it over to the left. Molina gives it to a friend. Collapses with the screen. Look at this defense being shown by Queenpin. But of course, the evasion is real. Mula dito kay Panty, evading 4 members in total.
Look at that Euro from George Panty. She just took it upon herself to take it strong to the cup and finish.
They lead now by 2 points. They want to challenge this one. Kak still has the basketball. She gives it to Villanueva. It's been the hot hand, but not at that moment. Here's a turn. A dish. With 8 seconds to go, the double team has worked. Takbuhan na naman sila ngayon with Dampias at the end. She looks to recalibrate at hahanap na lang siya ng panibagong kaampi. Molina to the left. Almost overcooks it. Panty asking for a screen. She's looking at the one at center. They finally give it to Molina. That was a quick get, but it's not going to convert. Instead, another 3 is going to be the one to make it.
And Dampios. Right place at the right time. Going for that left corner 3.
They now have a total of 6 points off the bench. Coming in from Dampios at itong kay Aragon. But Sario has been the life of the party para dito sa Pasig as she has 8.
There you go. Lisario not settling for a 3-pointer. This time going inside, mixing it up on offense.
Again, it seems like Quezon City has been thriving with the outside shots as of late. Ganon din naman inumpisahan itong Pasig kanina. But there needs to be some closing out. Because that ball will eventually go in if left open. As Sario is going to be putting a stoppage towards this play. It feels like we haven't had that in a while.
Tina De La Cruz going to get called for that foul, that reach-in.
Look at that side step, or what do you even call it? It's a side step, a Euro step whatsoever, but it's a so good play of the quarter. Coming in from Panty, scoring already 7 points in this game. And this is what I was telling you about Coach Anton. Mabilis ang balasang ginagawa ni Coach Kyle Umengan in this specific game. And he's trying to keep fresh legs at all times on the floor.
Well, you want to at least try and replicate the kind of pace that Gabi Bade gives you on offense. So pretty much those fresh legs will give you that pace.
Sario has converted on her first attempt at the free throw line. Make that 2 for 2 for a total of 10 points in the first quarter. Gotta appreciate that.
Gotta appreciate that first player in double figures.
Remember, Queenpin Pasig are looking to extend this series and hope to make a difference from where it was yesterday. There's some sort of pain as Padilla is, kind of grimacing at the situation at hand. She is holding on to her wrist, but her efforts did not go in vain. It was an 8-second violation, but obviously everybody's hoping that Padilla is okay.
Let's hope she is. Talking about Chris Padilla, she is a tough cookie. I'm pretty sure she's going to be able to tough it out.
Yep, she immediately went back, and members of the coaching staff are finally there to attend to her. So this is an extra possession, a last shot. Very possible para sa koponang ito with Sario getting a foul. out of De La Cruz, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's Tina De La Cruz. Couple of fouls here in the first quarter for Tina as Lisario attacking her defense.
Sario makes the first. A total of 3 for 3 para dito kay Lisario. She is off to a hot start in this game. It's the first miss, but an extra offensive rebound will not come into light, as this is going to be the end with Panty unaware of the situation that it is already the last 5 seconds of the first quarter. Pero parang wala nang nangyari. Coach Anton, it's all 15. It's a deadlock after 10 minutes.
Well, these two teams shooting it hot from the outside. Both teams 3 3-pointers apiece in that first quarter. Here's one of them from Trisario. She had a couple in that first quarter. And on the other end, you've got George Panty knocking down that 3-ball para sa side ng Quezon City RK Hoops tenacity.
It's been a close game in the first 10 minutes. The best part, we have 30 more minutes of this. We'll be right back. Of course, we're witnessing a lot of these players that are currently on the court right now, except for these two that really provide heavy numbers, Ferrer and Bade.
Look at that, 21 points per game for Tantoy, 14 rebounds, 14 points per game, 7 rebounds. But look at the assists, 7 assists. So that's like 14 points you're missing as you see Gabi Bade.
But I think that you would love about Gabi Bade the most is that he's still dressed up. She is still here to show support. The way, oh, that would have been a solid take, point blank range mula dito kay Cancio, which led to a foul and 2 free throws on the other. Oh, that was a sorry miss right there.
Na kailangan naming mag-work without
Solid thought.
na kailangan naming mag-work without
Solid thought. It is an advantage because usually you'll never know when your star players are not going to be playing. But in this moment, because of Tantoy not being there, it kind of gave the responsibility na medyo i-split towards the starting lineup.
At least nakapag-prepare nga sila without Tantoy Ferrer because they knew ahead of time that she was not going to be available for these, for this date rather, not these dates, but this date. So, yung preparation talaga, that's something that's important.
Yep. The turnaround jump shot won't work. Still a 17-15 ball game. It's been very close in the first 10 minutes, with both teams only scoring 15. That shot will not go. Takbuhan na naman sila ngayon. Looking for some stoppage. Araha can't go and make it work. Instead, it's going to be a foul. And 2 free throws will be awarded para kay Mimi Mendaros. And again, that's, I would say, that was a broken play, and yet it still worked for them.
That Mimi Mendaros, right place at the right time. Just the desire to be able to get that offensive rebound. Cara Buendia giving up that foul. To her dismay, I don't think Cara's ever admitted to a foul. So, I'm not kidding. Cara's a good friend of ours.
Oh, okay,
But,
okay.
she's never admitted to a foul. It's always, huh? She always has that look about her. We call her Von Pesumar.
I can't say the same thing though. I'm not allowed because we're not friends. I wish I could say the same thing, you know? But I would say that she admits to a foul, right? Because it's all 17 right now. So far, Araha She's been putting out all the stops. A wide open three. She's made it there once. She can make it again.
This time on the other side, that's the left wing. Yvette Villanueva knocking down that three ball wide open. She was.
5-0 run. Mula dito sa Pasig. Left unanswered. Nitong QC. They go out. They want their own version. Instead, it's a drive. And a tough shot. Extra offensive rebounds are going to be there. But it can't find anybody. So Aragon did not choose to pick it up. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation.
They had their opportunities. 3 chances to be able to get some points on those second chance opportunities. Just unable to connect. Pat Quiapo with that miss on that layup. Carabuendia with the offensive rebound but could not connect. Pat Quiapo with the offensive board could not kick it back out in time for Andampios to put up a shot.
Yeah, I think it was a very eventful possession.
Yep.
Base dun sa nakita natin kanina, but it amounted to no point whatsoever. Now here's Sario. Look at the post up. Tried to make the most out of the angle that she got, but it's not gonna happen. This time, si Molina magbababa ng bola. She had to be careful with giving it to Panty, who was just stepping inside the half-court line. Goes down to 10. That was a straight-up three. Even looking at the teammate for some validation.
That's a perfectly executed play. That ball went from the left side to the right side. Swing action para sa Quezon City RK Hoops tenacity.
It's all 20 now. And Dampios has 8 points. Looking at it, you know, Yvette Villanueva for Queenpin Pasig has 6, but let's take a look at this first. Great ball movement, shooting up a 3 for your aristocrat assist of the quarter. All smiles, but it's definitely a close game.
And Andampios seems to love playing against etong Quezon City RK Hoops in their round 1 matchup. She had 14 points, 6 rebounds off the bench. So again, you can see that she's fairly comfortable playing against this Queenpin Pasig side.
LJ Miranda finally getting her first point in this game after unfortunately airballing that first free throw. Here goes Molina, trying to bulldoze her way inside. It's not gonna work. Miranda lacking the numbers. Decides to just toss it back, but she tosses it back to her opponents as well after that turnover.
Quickly apologizes to the bench, talking about LJ Miranda. A bit out of control on that particular offensive set.
Yeah, honestly, she had the right intention, you know.
Well, she pulled it back, but you know, yung speed, the pace that she was at, couldn't quite control that leather.
21-20, Pasig with a single point of a margin. Panty shoots that one. That was an opening that she's willing to take.
That's a good read. That ball was supposed to swing to the other side to Bianca Alcantara, but Trisario was there to watch her. So what George Panty did, that one dribble, that pull-up, 17-footer, it's money.
9 points para dito kay Panty. Sario also the leading scorer of the other side. Kicks it out patungo kay Miranda, who chooses to attack. That was contested. Would have been an easy shot if not for the defenders. A chance for Quezon City para mapalawig palalo ang kanilang kalamangan. After I've said that, the foul has been committed.
Lisario is going to get called for a hold.
And with that being said, I think that's the cue for both coaching staffs to at least give a word to their players, as it is only a point separating the two teams. Of course, again, giving major props to our VIPs for making the second season of the WMPBL possible?
Commissioner Wmpbl, President John Calios, and of course, Boss Ivan Tracy, our head of social media. Oh, saya. Kanina si Boss Ivan, hinayaya natin sa pregame. Ayaw. Naka-shorts lang daw siya.
Yun nga eh.
Half
Sayang.
body lang naman.
Yun nga. Hindi naman malalaman eh. Pero ngayon, since nasabi mo na, wala na. Mag-expect na sila. Parang, okay, baka naka-shorts. So, may iisipin din siguro nung iba. Isipin siguro ng viewers na, naka-shorts kaya sila. Hindi po. Yun po ang sagot.
Magagalit si Riza sa atin.
Yes. Shout out to everybody who has made this possible. And of course, para sa lahat ng mga gustong manood dito, kayo naman, pwede kayong naka-shorts. Yan. Pwede kayong mag-shorts, pwede kayong mag-skirts, whatever you want, whatever you feel like today. Go ahead, come over here and join the fun and intensity with all of these hoopers giving us a good show because it has been tight of a ball game with 5:50 to go. Sario decides that I'm going to take this myself. Not going to happen. Hard fall means a foul. Patungo sa isa sa mga manlalaro ng Pasig.
There's going to be a pull on that defensive board by George Panty. I think Nick Cancho's going to get called for that one.
And you know, you have to admire the trust na binigay ni Coach Kyle dito kay Cancho dahil dun sa error na nakomit niya nga kanina while missing at that point-blank range of a shot. But it's still just a single point of a margin. Panty wants to add more to it, and she does.
Good drive, George Panty. Very spirited performance in the absence of Tantoy Ferrer.
11 points para kay George Panty. They want to go low. That's going to be a foul. And who would have thought that probably the smallest player on the floor right now would be found at the paint?
Again, Chris Padilla, as small as she is, Spitfire guard for Pasig. He's able to find those creases, those cracks in the defense, those gaps to be able to attack the rack.
It's nice to know that Padilla is back in the ball game after having some troubles with her left wrist kani-kanina lamang. Or maybe she's still feeling it as of the moment, but it gives her a little bit more to figure out kung ano ba ang kanyang dapat na gawin.
My guy here losing his train of thought.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? What happened all of a sudden? That's what happened. A miss from Alcantara. Now we get back into this ball game with Sario seeing an opening. Gives it to Villanueva. Thought about it. Shoots the three. That was straight, but it did not happen.
Just short as she relocates on that three-point area. Talking about Yvette.
A couple of forced shots from both teams as they're trying to get their groove going. Pero habang nangyayari lahat ng to, there hasn't been a lot of changes with the scoring output. As a few minutes ago, it was just a 1-point lead, but now it's 3. And Quezon City is okay with trading misses. That was the sign for us to continue this broadcast. 24-21, I think this has been a very well, it could either be two things. A very well orchestrated defensive matchup between these two teams, or just a struggle on the offensive end. I wonder what you choose.
I would choose a little bit of both. I mean, a little bit of both because, of course, you don't have Tantoy Ferrer for the side of Quezon City. You don't have Gabi Bade for the side of Pasig, so that's where the offensive struggles will come. And then the fact that this is a quarterfinal matchup and these two teams are very evenly matched, you can say that defense will win this ball game.
The defense has been present for majority of the games, with both teams not really given a lot of open looks to the other. Sario is facing a hand up. Here's a slight opening. That goes in and out. And that goes to the other side. Natural's efforts will not be rewarded as Molina wins that joust.
Nick Molina with that defensive rebound. Cham Natural trying to pry that ball out of her hands.
Now here's La Rosa being double teamed as of the moment. Here's the defense that you're talking about. And that obviously goes to the other side.
Steph La Rosa saying there's a push. That's why she fell out of bounds. But no whistle from our official, so that means play will go on.
This is still Pasig within striking distance, but it has been a couple of minutes without them scoring in this game, as Natural gets a third foul in her favor as she makes her third trip at the free throw line.
Let's hope she goes and capitalizes on these opportunities to get some points. Talking about Cham Natural. See some words of encouragement from Lisario. Who else to get it from? A knockdown shooter.
Unfortunately, she needs a little bit more force.
Yeah. 1 out of 5, huh?
Yep.
For Cham Natural. There you go.
Make that 2 for 6. And from where I'm looking at, Pasig has made a total of 8 free throws in this game. 8 points out of 22 have come from free throws. But on the other hand, I think I'd also have to make a tally about that, because only 2 points have come from free throws mula sa Quezon City. Everything else made field goals.
Nick Cancho's going to get called for that foul. Steph La Rosa taking it strong to the cup. To the surprise of the coaching staff ng Queenpin Basketball.
That's a first make para dito kay Steph La Rosa, part of the starting lineup, and she has scored her first point in this game. But misses on the second. Still, it's a 3-point lead. And you know, we started with an all-15. So far, QC has scored 7 points. Or should I say, QC has scored 10 points,
10
and
points.
Pasig has only scored 7. Oh, Cancho thought about Sario being there with 5 seconds remaining. Pante's had her hand up. Kicks it out. Cancho, an extra pass. Is there time? Yup, there is. And in fact, it's another trip to the line for Natural.
I thought that shot clock was done. But
Apparently not.
Cham Natural able to put that one up, even gets a foul in the process.
That has to be a pretty good take. Natural 2 for 6 at the moment. Make that 3 for 7. Hey, if you start your free throw shooting a little low, it's only going to get up from here.
She's on the cusp of going 50%. That's the bare minimum, as I always say. There you go.
That's 4 for 8.
Natural. Finally calibrating that arm for that 15-footer.
Pero bakit pagpapawis natin, hindi ka pumapayag na 4 for 8 lang ako?
I don't know.
That's a conversation for next time, Coach Anton. Here we go again. Free throw battle continues. for both teams, as I assume we are already at penalty situation for both.
Yep.
Pasig about to approach that as well. At kung kanina, si Natural ay halos sa 8 free throws ang naitira. This time, Panty wants to add to it as well with first set. Misses on the first. From where we're looking, George Panty already has 11 points in this game.
It could be fatigue setting in for George, but good on the second, so she splits her charities.
You know, it's the responsibility of being the main option, the number one option. You need to at least pace yourself. Diyan magagaling ang mga number one options eh. And this is gonna be the challenge for George Panty now, given na binigyan siya ng ganitong klaseng responsibilidad.
It's also tough because she is the main point guard, so the challenge is there for her to try and chase after.
Sario was
Sario's
ready.
on the bench.
Yeah, Sario was ready.
She was ready.
I was like, let me shoot this. Unfortunately, nobody home para dun sa corner 3 that I think they were trying to orchestrate upon that play. And the lead just goes down to 2 points na hinahabol nitong Pasig. QC still holding on to it. The 3 underway. Off. Alcantara wanted to fight for it, but Miranda was ready. Now she starts to rush. Attacks. Dishes out. 3 on the way. Won't go. Natural. Can she do it again? Apparently not that time.
But again, the offensive rebound from the weak side, Cham Natural, she's just excellent at getting those offensive boards.
Alcantara has struggled in this game so far. Initially part of the starting lineup, but hasn't scored yet over 18 minutes of gameplay.
So we're waiting for Bianca to go ahead and get her game going, so to speak, during their matchup. Nung round 1, Bianca Alcantara had 6 points. Their round 2 matchup, she had 10 points. So, you know, she's increasing her point output. Talking about Bianca Alcantara.
Which obviously, you know, magnifies that there needs to be more points, no matter if it's 6, no matter if it's 10. If it's this close of a ball game, you know, every single player must be seen contributing every now and then. Speaking of which, free throw line once more, which, by the way, I think Quezon City hasn't really made much advantage of compared to what we saw from Pasig. But that should be a start mula dito kay Antonio.
So Mikey Antonio good on the first. Let's see if she'll be able to make it 2 out of 2.
Yep,
There
that
you
works. That's a 2 for 2, extending this to a 4-point lead, the biggest that it's been in a while. And then, that will not go. The ball will stay. Great effort mula dito kay Mimi Mendaros.
And Dampios arguing na natapik daw ni Mimi, but our official says it's last touch on Ann.
Ooh, that's a tough angle to be in. Mendaros still was there. That is going to be a foul. And Panty was contesting that it was all ball. This is going to be the 4th foul.
Is it?
No, I just saw 4. Probably it's a 4th team foul or something like that. But wait,
Yeah.
no, because I saw 4 raised up.
Yeah, it's supposed to be just there on that table if it's
Right?
4th team foul.
But it's already penalty situation for all of them. So I wonder who the 4th foul belongs to. Well, it would have helped if it was
would have
there.
helped if our live stats was up and running, but it's not. So I can't say who that 4th foul is on. Could be on Tina De La Cruz.
Yeah,
She's the one trooping back to the bench.
Yeah, it's like Coach Anton is missing a part of himself.
I
You know,
am,
without
I
the live
am.
stats, it's like...
I feel so naked. Half naked, I would say.
Well,
No live stats.
I guess we're going to the beach then. That's a miss on both. Miranda fortunately gets it still. Less than 10 seconds to go in the shot clock. Miranda 3 won't go again.
Good
Couple of
tap.
openings, yeah.
Good tap by Andampios to Mikey Antonio.
Panty now looks to the right. La Rosa gives it back. Panty deciding on where to go from here. Here's Antonio, great fake. Uses the power, overcooks that shot.
Everything but the bucket there for Mikey Antonio. She did get the defender up in the air, but unable to finish.
Now they lead in terms of numbers. That's an attempt. That was saucy.
Rica Parungao zigging and zagging her way inside the paint off the glass finish.
That looked pretty good to me. And as I would say, so nice, we gotta see it twice. It's so good. Play of the quarter brought to you by Hotel Sogo. So clean, so good. That puts the lead down to just 2 points. This is still the quarterfinals between two teams that are looking for opposite ends in terms of result. For Quezon City, it's to possibly end this and go to the semifinals the easy way. Pero para sa Pasig, it's to contend for one more game and create efforts the hard way. A minute to go in the first half. It's a 2-point lead. First quarter ended with an all-15 scoreline. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see an all-30 score once again. But that's a foul beforehand mula dito or para dito kay Parungao.
Rica Parungao's talaga officials. Wala naman daw foul, but according to our officials, caging daw. Caging.
Yeah.
George Panty is going to get a chance to, again, add to this 2-point lead of Quezon City.
But unfortunately, that first free throw is not going to happen yet. Second free throw is a make. Para dito kay George Panty.
2 of 4, I would say.
Yep, puts the lead up by 3 once again. That has been the pattern so far. Kak looks for teammates. That was a well-read pass mula dito kay Antonio, who gives it to La Rosa, who shoots right away. In and out it goes.
I was halfway down and then he decided to pop back out.
There's been a lot of shots like that in this game.
Must be the ring.
Must be the ring, must be the
Matigas,
wind.
diba?
I don't
Matigas
even
eh.
know. Bago pa lang kasi, you know,
Bago pa, hindi pa nabe-break in.
I guess that's the way to explain it. Cancho gives it to an extra friend, Miranda. Great elevation towards that jump.
And LJ Miranda was the one who was able to tap that ball, gave it to Nick Cancho, and then the touch pass by Nick. Unselfishness on display for Cancho, heads up play.
3 seconds remaining. Dampios has an opening. A 3 won't be converted. And that is going to be the end of the first half of action. After 20 minutes, it's only a point separating these two teams. What spirit of competitiveness we are seeing from Pasig and Quezon City.
And no one wanting to give an inch. Both teams just really fighting hard to get those points. But here's some excellent ball movement. And Dampios with that right corner 3. Swing action, putting a smile to her face on the other end. Offensive rebounding. There you see that play. Nick Cancho, the touch pass, giving it up to LJ Miranda inside. Point blank shot is good.
Single deficit of a ball game with Quezon City holding on to this lead. A low-scoring ball game envelops this first half between Quezon City holding on to the lead at kontra sa Pasig that is looking to extend this series. 29-28 as our score after 20 minutes, and it's been a very eventful one, both on offense and on defense.
Yeah, we were talking about it during that first half. What would you rather have, the offense or the defense? But again, we talked about it. Couple of players missing. Gabi Bade for the side of Pasig, and then for Quezon City, you have Tantoy Ferrer. This game has been as close as it can be. And you look at the field goal percentage, 26% para dito sa Quezon City, 21% naman para dito sa Pasig. And again, it has been a game of defense for both of these squads. The three-point shooting fairly even, 4 3-pointers apiece. The rebounding is where Quezon City has pretty much gotten their points, and as well as apart from the rebounds, you look at the turnovers. Etong Quezon City with 10, etong Pasig with 6. They've been able to take advantage of those turnovers. Talking about Quezon City capitalizing and getting 8 points off of the turnovers ng Pasig.
But obviously, there have been some leaders in terms of our top scorers, with George Panty scoring 13 points para sa Quezon City, at si 3 Sario naman, as Coach Anton has mentioned, scored 11. Hopefully, we get to see a little bit more additions into the double-digit categories dahil nga every point ay nagmamatter talaga here on out. You've talked about the absence of Tantoy Ferrer and Gabi Bade, which makes this quite of a low-scoring ball game, because with those two, I think it's going to be a totally different one. But it's up to these ladies who are playing on the court right now to show what they are made of, and hopefully it amounts to something, either an extension or a ticket to the semifinals.
Of course, if you're Quezon City, you want to be able to just end this game and move on to the semifinals this Sunday. If you're Queenpin Pasig, the assignment is to extend and at least give yourself a chance to barge into the semi-final round sa ating Season 2 ng Wmpbl.
As of this moment, I'm sure you're already seeing them, but Pasig, as they were returning to their bench, they were practicing free throws, because I think that is really where they've made the most opportunities, but also missed the most opportunities that they've had.
So they want to be able to take advantage of those opportunities to get some points at the line. Talking about itong Pasig, and for the side of Quezon City naman, medyo matagal ang paglabas nila sa dugout. Kakalabas pa lang nila, mukhang marami-raming nasabi si Coach John Covarrubias and his coaching staff, who includes one of one of the coaches that I worked with when I was an assistant coach, Coach Bonnie Garcia, their team consultant.
So at this point, you know, you see a difference in the demeanor nitong Quezon City. I felt like in that first half, it's either they were confused or they were not really in their system. You know, Pasig was definitely speeding up the tempo kahit na mintis yun o pumasok man ang kanilang tira. That's the pace that they're willing to play. And Quezon, sure, they have a 1-point lead, pero mas kailangan nilang mapaangat pa yun lalo o mapalawig yun in a sense that they have to play in their own tempo.
Again, it's going to be a matter of who's going to be able to dictate the pace and who's going to be able to impose their will, what kind of game that they want. For Quezon City, obviously, it's the three-point shooting. That is what they are known for. They like to chuck those three-pointers. For Queenpin Pasig, they want to push the pace. But what's tough about pushing the pace is there's no Gabi Bade. But we talked about it, and you mentioned it. Naghahalo-halo naman yung mga players just to try and replicate the pace that Gabi Bade brings to their team.
And I think that's the reason why they're willing to go through that risk of playing fast, because they know that they can with these fresh legs. And Sario with another 3 to open up this third quarter.
I'm going to say 3 Sario picking up where she left off, starting it out with a 3-point shot.
That's exactly how you open, by getting the lead right back. 31-29 to open up this third frame, and a steal mula kay Sario. Miranda turning on the Jets, ready for takeoff.
That's a dangerous pass. Going cross court, that's intercepted, and LJ Miranda finishing on the break. That time she made sure she was gonna get the 2 points.
4-point lead. I felt like this is the biggest para sa Queenpin Pasig in a while. Nilalaban pa rin nila ang kanilang pwesto towards making it a second game in this one. Aragon will kick it out. Lilipat kay Panty. Ball rolled off her foot. And Miranda, may buelo, stop. Shot won't roll. But Miranda gets it again. And this time it's gonna be a foul. The effort nitong si LJ Miranda to go from one end to another doesn't go unnoticed.
La Rosa already had that ball in her hand. She was trying to get rid of that ball, but active hands by LJ Miranda, able to recover and retrieve that leather.
You know, I wonder what happened to Queenpin Pasig. Bakit ganito sila ka-aggressive? Maybe Flo de la Agua can give us some answers.
Of course, Hans, with Queenpin Pasig being down by a minuscule at the half, at agad-agad nilang nabago yung kwento. To start the third quarter, mararamdaman din kasi sa kanilang huddle na in their belief, they can extend the quarterfinals. Hans and Coach Anton, kahit nga hindi pa running ang ating live stats, Coach Kyle Umengan was actively counting in the first half. He told the players, we missed 10 free throws already. Tambak pa sana natin yan if only we had made those shots. But with so much happening in that halftime huddle, discussions of plays, reminders from coaches not to gamble too much, there was a voice that lit up the morale of Queenpin Pasig players. Gabi Bades shouted, come on guys, we are better than this. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
Yup, they are definitely better from what they're showing, but so far they've gotten better than what they're showing in that first half. From the looks of it, 10 missed free throws. Ayan, Coach Anton, binigyan ka na ng stat. Ano naman, addition naman na ng konti.
Bigyan natin ng sulat yan.
11 na, 11 kasi nag-miss kanina. Diba? Maraming salamat, Flo del Agua, for that extra bit of info. I felt like Coach Anton, medyo nakuha niya na yung ano niya, necklace niya. Kasi kanina, sabi niya, ano daw eh. Ayoko nang ulitin. Yeah, you get my point. Anyway, 34-29. It's still the case with Alcantara trying to find her groove on offense. Molina given a screen. Miscommunication from there, or maybe what was just a good read. Sario had a little bit of a tipsy-do on that one. And it has been an 8-0 run by Pasig.
There you go, Lisario up and under. Did not matter if the defense of George Panty was there.
And still, Quezon City hasn't scored so far in the third. It's almost 3 minutes already, and Alcantara lines up. A 3 to no avail. It still won't work. Cancho was looking for an extra friend to at least cut into the basket. But a hard fall mula sa isa sa mga manlalaro ng QC. But we'll take a huge cut from that as the aristocrat assist of the quarter brings us to another Lisario highlight.
Again, up and under, dipsy-do for Lisario, able to finish on the break. And that's what you want to see. Again, the pace is there for Queenpin Pasig. That is the game that they want to play versus Quezon City.
7-point advantage, the biggest para dito sa Pasig. Panty lines up a 3. Off to the right and off to no good in that possession.
Just the defense, that zone defense of Queenpin Pasig proving to be difficult to crack for the side of Quezon City.
Very solid last few possessions mula dito sa Pasig. Getting them now to a 7-point advantage with Sario being the anchor on offense. And as she should.
3, Sario knocking down her second three-pointer here in the third. She is on a tear, I would say. Look at that. Step back three, all net. That's an 11-0 run now for Queenpin Pasig basketball.
And with this, Quezon City is going to have some talking to do. Coach Anton, babalikan ko na lang siguro yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. What would you want? Offense or defense? You said it's a little bit of both. Now it's a little bit of everything para sa Pasig because they're leading by 10, which goes down to 8 after Molina finally breaks the cold streak.
That's a good short roll from Nick Molina to be able to get a couple of points to break that 11-0 run. That's 11-2. Has been difficult, no, these third quarters. There have been games wherein itong side ng Quezon City nahihirapan. At there you go. Look at that short roll.
Or your so good play of the quarter brought to you by Hotel Sogo. So clean, so good. Molina has got it. But at the same time, who else? Who else would it be?
Trisario knocking down her 5th
Oh my
three-pointer.
gosh.
Unconscious today, and what a game for her. Third quarter pa lang, but she's already got, what, 20 plus points?
I'm trying to count it for you.
There you go.
22.
There you go. 22.
That's wild. She's making it rain. I wasn't briefed. I should have brought an umbrella or something. It's pretty cool. Solid. Trisario. Not just chucking up threes, but cashing on it every time that she's open. They look for her again. Can she make it? Heat check. Oh! Not gonna lie.
Wanted that to drop.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
for Trisario, just for her.
Yeah, just for the plot, you know. But it's not gonna happen just yet. La Rosa, Alcantara, who's been absent so far on offense. Now Sario, she says, I'm gonna give an assist. Miranda better makes it, and she does.
Finishing with her offhand, LJ Miranda on that leak out, getting the finish in transition.
Pasig off to the biggest lead so far with 11 points. But it has been Molina para sa Quezon City na binubuhay sila ng paunti-unti.
Good seal underneath for Nick Molina. No one there to stop her one-on-one defense.
Lead goes back down to 11. Villanueva, she's made threes in the first half. But she's going to get a rebound anyway. Sario, I thought she was going to put it from there. Miranda thought about it. Overcooks that shot again. Lead is at 11. And we're already at the halfway mark of this third quarter. What is going to be Quezon City's answer? Unfortunately, it's a turnover.
That 2-3 defense, really difficult. It's very active for the side of Queenpin Pasig. And it's the right defensive set to have at this point because so far, etong side ng Queenpin, ng Quezon City, they have not been knocking down their outside shots. So there is no zone buster, so to speak.
But that's a foul called against Molina. And she can't believe it. But at the same time, ramdam mo na rin yung frustration ng Quezon City in this specific game. Things not going your way on offense, can't make some stops on defense. Hopefully this resets them for a bit na ma-enforce yung mga gusto nilang gawin on the defensive side of the floor.
So they got to get those stops, talking about etong Quezon City, and just, again, be patient with their offense. There is no 10-point shot that's going to magically erase this deficit. You got to take it a couple of points, a point at a time.
We had to pause for a bit because QC only had 4 players on the floor kanina lamang. Now they have 5, and we're resuming action. And that led to an offensive foul or an illegal screen. Either way, it goes back to QC.
Cristalitina's going to get called for the foul. And immediately she apologizes to the bench.
Yeah, I think he immediately told her guard na hintayin siya. Oo, wait talaga.
Have her set her feet for that ball screen.
Now they swing it to Isip. I think this is her first few minutes in this game. Wanted to attack. Wow, that's a very difficult angle. Pero nahanapan pa rin ni Buendia ng paraan.
A good pass from Iris Isip to the cutting Cara Buendia, who went to the other side for that reverse.
First 2 points nitong si Cara Buendia sa labang ito. And a foul is going to be committed again. Lead is down to 9 points. So far, I think they're trying to fix something on the situation from one player, that is, of course, George Panty. And it's nice to see that, you know, both Sario and Panty are giving smiles towards each other na this is some solid takes, but an offensive foul is going to be called. A break para sa Quezon City. Isip with the defensive stop to make it work on their end.
That's what you want to see, to get those stops. And I always say this, couple of stops here, couple of makes there, change the complexion of this game. Swing the momentum to their side, talking about Quezon City.
44-35. Head coach of QC has some words to go along with it, and I think it's going to be a challenge.
Looks like it, as our officials giving that sign.
Yeah, that means one thing. You know, we get a bit of gist on what's going on. And Coach Din ng Pasig, they're trying to figure out, as they are still working on thinking if this should be on their side or wala naman talagang stiff arm na nangyari. We're gonna get back into it right away. Oh.
May have a case on that one. Look at that, Kat Araha and Iris Isip there on the left side of your screen.
I think these are the types of fouls that could go either way. Depende sa perspective nung tumitingin. We're gonna let them decide, right?
We're gonna let our officials decide.
We're happy to be in this spot. I second the ocean. Oh,
there you go.
it's gonna be upgraded.
Oh, there is that clear swing down of that elbow that hit Iris Isip on the head.
That's why they wanted a challenge, because initially they already won the call,
There
but
was a foul already.
yeah, they were looking for an extra, you know, some extra fries to go along with it. Like you bought a burger and a drink, right? You wanted some fries to go along with it. So I guess this is where Isip can make the most impact. We saw Buendia and Isip having their first few minutes in this game, and their points couldn't have come at a better time.
There was that immediate connection between Iris Isip and Cara Buendia, and this time Iris Isip knocking down the first of 2. They are going to retain possession, talking about Quezon City. 2 for 2 for Iris Isip. Oh, look now.
Yeah, that's 4 points
Swing.
from, I would say, mga magic bunot. Diba, nitong si Coach John. And those 4 points in this type of a game, you can't find it anywhere easily.
Hey, you'll take it.
Yep. Panty gives it to La Rosa. La Rosa was looking for a friend. She gives it to Isip. Isip tosses it to the center, but there were too many dark shirts there. So Ara's gonna slow it down. Gives it to Villanueva, the hot hand. Too strong. QC already had one stop. They have to convert on this. 15 seconds in the shot clock now with La Rosa holding that basketball. Taking a shot, a difficult one in the face of two Pasig defenders. Araha will slow it down. Tosses it over to Sario as it's been a couple of misses from both teams, with Tolentino only having 7 seconds to work with. Now it's Sario's turn. 3. Tolentino has to take the shot. Decides to go the other way. That ball doesn't roll in, but it's Villanueva providing some life. Sario now does not hesitate. Could not make it happen, as that's how it goes for the first minute and a half. The next bucket is gonna be huge. Dahil parehas na kupunan ay naghahanap din ng kanilang momentum in this third quarter, as how it's always been in this game. That 3 won't go. An extra offensive rebound. La Rosa is gonna force it. And finally, somebody makes a bucket.
She made up for that earlier miscommunication on that rebound play, but Villanueva getting the offensive board. This time, La Rosa with the offensive rebound of her own.
First field goal para dito kay La Rosa. 3 points in total. Araha gives it down low to Natural, who leans on a fader and just...
That's a lot of contact.
Yeah,
A lot
great
of
use
contact.
of, you know, physicality mula dito kay Natural.
And you like that. She's a very physical player. So you're not gonna be surprised with the fact that she's gonna initiate that contact. So if you're the defense, you have to be very wary of the fact that that is the kind of game that she wants to play on the low block. Talking about Cham Natural.
All Sham Natural's points have come from the free throw line, and she's gonna keep going with all of that. Yan ang rason kung bakit mo siya nilalagay sa floor, you know, to make the opponents actually work hard on defense just so she can get a foul out of them. The lead mula dito sa Pasig was up by almost 12 points. Now it's down to 6 as Natural splits the charity stripe throws. A minute and 20 left in the third. QC wanting to make this look interesting. La Rosa is off to the right. Pasig didn't want anything to do with that, moving out.
Steve La Rosa, that was a good look on that three-point shot. Just short. That's as good as look as any.
Yep.
On that 3 ball.
That's the cons of being in a 2-3 zone. Padilla, on the other hand, gives it to Tolentino. He hesitated the first time, not on the second, but misses completely. 5 seconds remaining. Kicks it out to Padilla. Lines up a 3. Off to the right. Takbuhan na naman ang QC. They have a chance to cut it down to a single possession of a ball game. A fake. Dampios blocked by Tolentino.
Good D by Chris. She timed that shot perfectly.
And Padilla suddenly wants to speed it up, but an offensive foul will be called against Chris. And again, as per usual, they can't believe it.
There was that off arm.
I agree.
From Chris Padilla.
There's still some more room for them to, you know, figure them out or figure something out. But for Chris Padilla, there was a warning for resentment of a call, and they're gonna have to be more careful about that next time. Isip has it, some sort of opening, but Butterfingers. Then it's an attack, a solid one mula kay Panty, but not the right target from there. 7 seconds remaining. Padilla wants to go at it, shoots a 3. Not the best shot available. No second left. Oh, just short mula kay Panty. would have given them so much momentum on the way to the fourth quarter. But hey, they'll settle with a 6-point lead instead of a 12-point lead.
I remember they were hot talking about itong Queenpin Basketball, Pasig, Lisario, knocking down three-pointers after three-pointers. She had 3 in that third quarter, but Nick Molina getting a couple of points inside, and then there's that Iris Isip Buendia connection to get a couple of points for Quezon City.
More players joining in on the Quezon City scoring tally, but Pasig now holding a 6-point lead. We are now entering the fourth quarter of action between Pasig, who are not only holding on to a 6-point lead, but are also looking to extend the series. And Quezon City with a twice-to-beat advantage, and hoping that they don't have to use that specific advantage anymore. Last 10 minutes, last quarter here at the quarterfinals of the second season of the Wmpbl Pro Liga ng Bawat Pilipina. It's Hans Galeria, Coach Anton de los Reyes, and Flo Del Agua, your broadcast crew for tonight. And as the way we have started the first few minutes of all quarters, both teams really having to scramble for those points, including Lisario, who hasn't made a bucket in a while.
Well, she did start it out hot, back-to-back threes, but and then that dipsy-do layup on the break, but hasn't scored since. But again, for Lisario, she can light it up. But talk about lighting it up, Andampios knocking it down, cutting this lead down to just 3 points.
Finally, some additions to the George Ponte double-digit scoring is Andampios with 11 points, and another stop is included, with Isip being the main suspect again. You gotta love both Buendia and Isip getting some extra minutes here, rallying to get them close. Now it's just a 3-point ball game.
Iris Isip is such an impact on this game, getting those charging, those offensive foul calls, just being difficult on defense.
They have a chance to tie or cut this lead down to 1. Isip wants to cut the lead down to 1, and she does.
That's a great
Oh my
move.
gosh.
That is a great move from Iris Isip.
Isip cuts the lead down to 1. Miranda can't answer. And all of a sudden, QC has made this a ball game.
Yeah, we talked about it, the defense, the impact that she's made, but look at that drive by Iris Isip.
That was a so good play of the quarter, brought to you by Hotel Sogo. So clean, so good. And oh my goodness, Iris Isip coming out of nowhere. Coach was probably like,
Who would have thought?
who would have thought?
Well, with a last name like Isip.
Yep,
Who
she
would've
probably thought of it.
Yep.
That was a 1,000 IQ play. And then there is a foul as Lisario did not only caught the ball but also caught a bit of an arm mula dito kay Dampios, but they immediately apologized to each other, acknowledged that it was okay. Sinabi talaga nila yun. Hindi naman. Hindi naman.
I think Cara Buendia, though, was the one who was called for that foul. I believe that's her 4th.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
Yep. For Buendia, who has been stellar from the start. Here's the 3 on the way. Rolls off to the right, then left. And now QC has a chance to take this lead. A 3. Off to the right.
Well, she was open. I'll give her that. Talking about Andampios. Just not able to knock it down.
Look at Isip. There she goes again. But the ball stays with them for some reason. Iris Isip. I don't know, like, these are the types of plays that you don't need live stats, Coach Anton. I want to tell you that. How about now, huh?
How about that defense? It is easy. But there's a coach's challenge.
Yep. I think they're trying to go and contest that right away. Momentum is slowly losing the side of Queenpin Pasig. And you see the frustration starting to build up and pile para sa dark shirts. Pero para sa QC, Tenacity Hoops, this is the best way to start that 4th quarter. Ito rin yung ginawa sa kanila ng Pasig ng 3rd.
It is. It is the best way to start. But again, this is a bit of a gray area in this particular situation because Iris Isip got the steal. And they're saying that the ball is going to stay with Quezon City. But it was last touch by Iris. But there's a bump on Lisario. But I don't know how they're going to call this. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in the shoes of our officials.
I kind of want to interpret it, but I don't want to because I don't want to get in trouble.
Exactly.
So, like, you know.
We don't want to call it a perfectly legal move.
Yeah. So, from there, what we just saw was, you know,
A lot of contact.
a lot of contact. Someone got off balance.
Yep.
That's it. We'll leave it at that.
And no whistle was blown on a foul. And
then it pointed to the other side.
Yeah, if you look at if we're talking about who touched it last, it was Iris Isip. So that may mean that it's gonna go to the other side.
Oh. And the call will go to the other side.
No, because that's the correct call. It was Iris Isip who touched it last. No foul was called.
Yep. It's true.
It's true. No foul was called.
A completely legal call.
There you go.
That's what we would call it.
That is what we would say.
Case closed. 45-44. With Pasig still holding on to a 1-point lead, but this used to be 12. This used to be 6.
We cannot emphasize that enough. This used to be a 12-point lead.
This used to be, but not anymore. But I think they're still having some problems regarding what is happening as of the moment. And from where it was, I think they're giving away this set of free throws para dito sa Queenpin Pasig. And the staff is obviously not happy with this because, again, sa ngayon, you would understand why, because of how tight this ball game has been. And you look at Buendia, he's even bumping itong si Sario.
Yeah, but there's a technical foul.
Yep.
So Lisario is going to take the technical free throw.
Seems like Buendia got into Sario's nerves for a bit. And that's what we're going to see, right? Healthy competition.
That's Ateneo Lasal for you.
Oh, yeah.
Cara Buendia from Ateneo.
That's
Lisario from Lasal.
That's why. I kind of get it now. Now here's Cancho. Feeling some sort of physicality, but it's going to be a double dribble. Wala dito kay Cancho. So Pasig cannot do anything to extend that lead, and QC is back where they left off.
They're just knocking at that door. They are threatening to kick that door down. Talking about the lead of Queenpin Basketball Pasig. That's miscommunication between Nick Cancho. I believe it was Rica Parungao.
Now QC has the lead. The three underway. Still won't go. But look at Isip tapping it to Panty. The best person to get the ball to.
Going up, and then the finish with the right hand. George Panty, the hustle of Iris Isip is crazy in this game.
And with that, the lead is on. Ooh, LJ kind of hesitated on whether to pass it or shoot it. And he was caught in the middle of it all.
Ended up overcooking that layup.
Pasig starting to feel the pressure. The pressure probably got to them already. Isip is open on the other side. But still, they wanted to go here. They gave it to Isip. Kicks it out once more. But 3 seconds to go. Panty's going to have to line it in. That won't work. And that is a shot that didn't graze the rim. So it's a shot clock violation for QC.
Too much passing. Too much passing, unselfishness. And on the other end, that swing. George Panty could have pulled the trigger on that three.
Man, this game is getting intense. I think we need to chill down. Flo, you gotta give us some help here.
I can help you chill down. Alam niyo, gentlemen, grabe lang kasi yung irony na before this game started, lumalapit pa lang ako sa warm-up ng Quezon City, inunahan na ako ng dialogue ni George Panty. Wala si Tantoy, ate, alam ko, hinahanap mo yun. To which I countered, paano George kung ikaw yung hinahanap ko? And relevantly, in the endgame, Panty remains to be Quezon City's lifeline without Ferrer. Sabi niya sa kanyang teammates, pinapamukha nila sa atin na libre tayo sa tres at di nila kino-contest, kaya girls, huwag kayong pumayag. In the final minutes, what matters most for George Panty is to prove that they can knock down shots, they can function despite being handicapped, and they can go home tonight planning already for the semifinals. I know you have your thoughts for that report, but we have a timeout on the floor. Magbabalik po ang Wmpbl.
Coach Anton, Flo, I can officially tell you that the plot has officially thickened. 48-45, we used to be in a point where Pasig is holding on to a 12-point lead, then an 8-point lead, then a 6-point lead, and then a 1-point lead. And because of streaks na ginawa nitong RK Hoops QC Tenacity, they are now holding on to a 3-point lead, and Sario looks to tie it up, but it's been tough for her to score in the second half.
Well, how about that move? How about that move, that tough move by Cara Buendia earlier as what we call it, Labubu Rare?
Yup, that's the Cara Bear move, man.
Using her left to finish inside the paint, but Iris Isip, she kept that alive. This time, Lisari is going to get called for that foul against Cara Buendia.
I wonder how Buendia is going to be moving from this. How many fouls does Buendia have? I think 3. Okay.
Oh, she has 4.
Oh, she has 4. Oh. Oh.
That may be the 5th.
That
or 4th. Is it the 4th?
Is it the 4th?
Yeah, the 4th.
Is it the
just
5th?
the 4th. The 4th.
We need to see something raised up. Oh, it's just a third.
A third, okay.
It's just a third, so she is still safe. Because she had a bump on Cancho. Cancho resulting to falling down.
Two former Lady Eagles going at it.
Now Padilla looking to facilitate as Sario has held majority of this basketball. Another foul is going to be called. And I believe it's against Buendia again.
Back-to-back fouls on Cara Buendia.
Oh, it's against Isip. Oh, no. But it's number 4. So I would say it should go to Buendia.
It is on Cara Buendia. She did plow Nick Cancho out of the way.
QC treading on dangerous waters as of the moment, keeping Buendia in this one. Sario, short. She had an opening on that. Ball is kept, ball is held. Ball is being lifted towards the other side. They can manage to hold on to this for as long as they can. It's a 3-point lead anyway. Gusto sana nilang i-squeeze sa kabila, but there was not much spacing left there, and it's a traveling violation called against Pasig.
No spacing indeed. 3 players on that right corner. Pandi, and then you've got Cara Buendia, who was trying to give that Gortat screen. At LJ Miranda fighting through it. And Tina Aragon ended up traveling as, again, the spacing was not there.
Almost 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in this ball game. Kinakailangan ng Pasig ng any sort of momentum, but it's not gonna happen in that possession. What a stop mula kay George Panty.
She's doing it all. Talking about George Panty, offense, defense, she's more than made up for the absence of Tantoy Ferrer in this game. Sabi nga ni Flo, si Tantoy ang hinahanap. Paano kung si George ang hinahanap? Pero ano nga ba talaga hinahanap mo, Flo?
Oo nga. Napatanong din ako dun. I kinda had to internalize myself, you know? I was like, oh nga, no?
May hinahanap yan si Flo eh.
And suddenly she had to walk out from that, you know? Anyway, it's still a 3-point ball game na pwedeng iangat kahit papano nitong si Aragon.
So Andre Aragon's at the line. And good on the first. 2-possession ball game. And this is the importance of making your free throws.
Oh, yeah. Babalikan natin yung sinabi kanina, di ba, na ang mintis daw ay 10 free throws.
10 out of 20.
So, at this moment, you gotta look at it from a perspective and hope that it doesn't haunt you in the future. Parungaw shot won't go. That was an opening, and they were willing to take it, but it did not result into a make. Isip, smart choice of taking their sweet time and opening again. Short. Less than 3:30 to go in this game. Sario wants to play it in. Loses control of the basketball. Villanueva thought about it. Padilla lines up a 3. Still cannot buy a basket.
How about that defensive board by George Panty? High up. And look at her huffing and puffing. Just slowing down the pace of this game.
Yeah, kung tayo, we're trying to catch our breaths with this game. Paano pa kaya siya? As Panty continues to facilitate, but that's a turnover. Parungaw almost loses it, but Sario keeps it at bay. Less than 3 minutes to go in this game. Sario playing 1v1. ISO ball faced by the defense. Still can't get it to score. This is still going to be Pasig basketball, but you cannot deny how tough it has been for Lee Sario to get a bucket in the 4th quarter.
It's been a drought for Lee Sario. 22 points. Hasn't been able to add to that point total here in the 4th. And you've got to credit the defense. Look at who's guarding Lee Sario. Iris Isip. She's just really doing a great job.
It's all in the mind, Coach
Yeah.
Anton. It's all in the mind. As now Cancho wants to deliver it to Sario. But only having 10 seconds left. It's a major reset. Sario off to the right.
Was a good look off that ball screen from Nick Cancho. So you like that. You like that look from Lee.
Now here's Isip holding on to that basketball. She's been smart all throughout this game. Oh, that ball was lost. Natural wanted to hold on it. But Buendia gives them an extra possession, but 5 seconds remain. It does not reset. 2, they have to take the shot immediately. That did not count as it is a 24-second shot clock violation.
They thought that shot clock reset to 24. But no clear possession yet as that ball, it did end up in the hands of a player from Queenpin Pasig, but that ball was tapped right away. And now Cara Buendia was able to tap that. So talagang walang clear possession, so no reset on that shot clock.
It's been a while na 4 na puntos ang kalamangan, Coach Anton. And it's only the last 2 minutes. Quezon City can afford to trade misses one after another. But it's the complete opposite para sa Pasig. A 3 underway. Natural wanted to fight for it. But then the ball simply goes out and it goes Quezon City side.
This is an important possession for the side of Quezon City. They need to be able to get those points. And for Queenpin Pasig, you want to be able to get that stop, at least cut it down to just a couple of points or even a point on their next offensive set.
Alcantara back in the ball game to provide a little bit more of facility. Now it's Isip getting extended minutes. Oh, no look pass. Patungo kay Buendia, but she doesn't get to make it. Oh, there's a steal again, Aragon. A defensive stop of the ages. It's been a struggle for Pasig to score buckets. And now it's also hard for them to get the ball across.
They have just come alive on defense. Talking about etong Quezon City RK Hoops tenacity.
Both teams still have at least 2 timeouts left. And we're wondering when Pasig is going to be using one of theirs. Padilla giving pressure on Isip. Isip nakawala pero hindi gaano. Quick run para kay LJ Miranda. The chase is on. The 2 is going in. It's a 2-point ball game. The plot thickens even more as Miranda turning on the Jets late in the 4th. Natural to Cancho for Miranda to lead on that touchdown for your Aristocrat. Assist of the quarter. We have the last minute as an absolute cinema, folks. It was Quezon City that officially called one of their timeouts. They only have 1 remaining. LJ Miranda, as mentioned by my by our sound director, looks like our director. I don't know, but nevertheless, he is the hero of the last minute para dito sa Queenpin Pasig, hoping that they can keep toe-to-toe with this QC team who is looking to go to semifinals. Straight up, the double team wasn't there. Alcantara shoots a 3, won't go. Cancho now has a hold of it, and it goes into the hands of Sario. Sario, ball almost got stolen, but it's gonna be staying with Pasig.
But would have been a huge defensive stop for Irish Isip trying to get that steal on Lisario. But there's going to be a review.
Yeah,
Bippity boppity boo.
Yep, QC players wanted to go for a challenge. Unfortunately, they don't have a challenge anymore. But it's still okay because it's the last 2 minutes anyway.
There you go. There's going to be that mandatory review.
Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous. I'm not even playing.
Let's see.
Ooh. That's a tough angle to look at.
This may be an even tougher angle.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough to look at that from that angular perspective. But of course, as we would always say, we're fortunate enough to not officiate.
Have to make the call.
We're fortunate enough to not officiate.
Maybe.
Yeah. So there's the ball. Who's it gonna roll off to last? Oh, the knee, the hand. There was so much. There was so much. I don't want to say anything. But instead, the review stays. Or the call stays. And the review is Pasig basketball with 34.6 seconds remaining. 49-47. Pasig is at the penalty. Quezon City still has a foul to give. What a ball game this has turned out to be.
All right, when we thought that it was going to be over, coming alive.
It's an 18-second shot clock for Queenpin Pasig to either tie or take the lead, depending on how it goes for them.
Let's just correct ourselves. The biggest lead was at 13 points,
Okay.
44-31. So coming back from 13 points down at Quezon City, they're up by 2.
Here we go.
They need a stop. For Pasig, they need a make.
Sario, I think they want to go 2 for 1, but it's not even going to happen. As the ball was turned over by Sario. Now the double team is here. Isip tosses it to Buendia. And now they're going to calm down. It's still some time for them to do something, but maybe not anymore. Aragon. Bucket out of nowhere.
That was a great pass inside. Good find by George Panty. Andrea Aragon right there to catch the composure, the balance, and then the finish off the glass.
Nobody home to pick up on that. And even though there was someone, it was a little too late for them to gather on that defensive stop. Now, kung ikaw ang Queenpin Pasig, medyo ramdam mo na yung pressure kanina, but I think you feel it a lot more after that make.
You gotta get a bucket here, talking about Queenpin Pasig. Only 12 seconds remaining.
Oh, that was...
They gotta go
again.
quick. They gotta go quick.
Yep. And that, I think that's what they wanted to do kanina. They wanted to go 2 for 1, but Lisario unfortunately turned the ball over. So now it's either a 2, quick foul, a 3, quick foul. It shouldn't be a miss, quick foul.
No. It's it's gotta go quick, and then you gotta go foul.
But do they have enough gas left in them? Sario expected to receive that basketball, shoots that three. That doesn't roll in, but LJ Miranda still has something in her. So they're gonna be calling timeout. This is the last timeout of this game. 49-51. If this is going to be a foul, they're gonna have to travel all the way. You know what? You tell us what's gonna happen, because it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be tough from the start.
It is gonna be tough. They need to give up that foul. They need to get that inbounds. They're gonna go for a steal. Talking about Queenpin Pasig, if they don't get that quick steal, they're gonna go get that foul. So I'm gonna say on defense for Queenpin Pasig, you gotta go switch all. I wouldn't put a defender on the inbounder. Just make sure you're going to go and try and get that steal. If the steal is not there, you go and foul quick. But again, no team fouls.
This has been really tough for both teams. For RK Hoops QC Tenacity, they've trailed by as much as 13 points in the third quarter. But of course, from where we're currently looking at, it is now Pasig at the hot seat with 3 seconds to go. This may seem impossible, but we've seen stranger things in a lot of games from before.
We have
3 seconds, I would say, is a decent amount of time. It's not a lot of time.
It's decent.
It's decent.
Especially if you get a steal, you're able to go ahead and at least try and make a break for it. For a layup. And remember, in the round 1 matchup, Nick Cancio, she was able to get that win para dito sa Queenpin Basketball Pasig.
And a foul is going to be called right away. It's Isip. Nakukuha nun. A total of 1.1 seconds ang nawala in that clock. If Isip shoots both,
that's goodbye.
That's goodbye.
No more timeouts.
That's wraps.
So they have to go from their backcourt to the front court.
And Isip makes the first.
No pressure whatsoever.
Walang kakaba-kaba, as you would say.
For Iris Isip.
Just nerves of steel. Wala kay Iris Isip in this one.
All the hustle, all the heart from Iris Isip in this game.
Misses on the second. Scrambola na naman ang bola. And I think that marks the end.
And she even gets that rebound.
How
about that?
She just grabbed that like a baby. I don't know what else to tell you.
How about that, Iris Isip? If ever,
wow.
If ever we had an award for energy player of the game, it's Iris Isip. Her energy in this game, the way she just hustled on D. What a great performance from Iris Isip. Gotta love it.
And with that free throw, I think it marks the end of this game. Iris Isip just placed one of the biggest clutch games that she has ever done in the WMPBL. Admiring confidence, admiring patience and effort, and tenacity. RK Hoops QC will be going to the semifinals.
You gotta love this ball game. Remember, down 13 points, 44 to 31. We were mistaken. We thought it was 12 points down, but it was 13. The fight back, the comeback. Man, what heart, what determination, what hustle.
The true concept of it ain't over until it's over. We thought we're gonna be seeing 3 games this Sunday. And fortunately for Pasig, we will only be seeing 2 for this season. This is also the last that we've seen mula kay Gabby Bade, unfortunately. We would have loved to see more of her. But I think she's still proud of what her teammates, or how her teammates have showed up in this game.
Yeah, you gotta love it as well if you're a fan of Queenpin basketball. They did not give up. You know, I mean, if anything, for Queenpin Pasig, the way they played, they were deserving of that rubber match. It's just that again, there's got to be a winner.
And unfortunately for Pasig, it is not them. Still, GG's from what they've showcased us para sa araw na ito. But for Quezon City, what a turnaround it was. What incredible, composure it was from them. Because being down 13, sure, meron ka pa namang isa pang buhay. But they didn't need to use it anymore. And they played like they were the ones at an elimination stand.
And what I like about that is hindi na nila binuhay pa. Kumbaga tapusin na natin to. This is it. This is our game. We're heading to the semifinals.
We've talked about a lot of different players that could be the MVP of this game, but now it's time for us to figure out who it is together with Flo Del Agua.
Alam ko marami sa mga basketball fans dyan yung nagtaka, pero ako parang simula pa lang kilala ko na kung sino eh. George Panty is our most trusted player of the game. George, gumising ka kaninang umaga. You already knew that you were not gonna play without Tantoy Ferrer. Gusto kong maintindihan from a deeper level, bakit yung mukha ninyo, yung behavior ninyo, you were still sure na makukuha nyo pa rin yung panalo ngayong araw?
Unang-una, syempre nag-prepare naman kami as a team. And second, tinatak namin sa isip namin at na kailangan namin mag-step up and gawin yung bawat isang role kasi nga wala kaming Tantoy Ferrer. So yun, nilaro lang namin yung plano, yung puso binigay namin. And ayun, maganda naman yung resulta.
George, kung tama rin yung naaalala ko, nag-report ako once for Tenacity RK Hoops. Parang walang George Panty na naka-lineup. You were injured at the time. You had to stay on the sidelines. At kanina nabanggit mo sa akin, this is your first time being POG. Gaano kasarap sa pakiramdam na you were able to bring your team to a win? At ngayon, diretso na kayo ng semifinals, George.
Una, masarap sa feeling kasi hindi ko naman makukuha to kundi dahil sa mga suporta ng teammates ko and ng coaches ko. And ayun.
Huling katanungan, George. Kanina sabi mo sa akin, si Tantoy ang hinahanap ko. Pero sabi ko, paano kung ikaw? Nagdilang anghel ba ako o pinlano mo ba talaga na maging katabi kita ngayon?
Nagdilang anghel ka talaga.
Maraming salamat, George. And because of that performance, batiin mo naman ang mga sumusuporta sa'yo.
Gusto ko magpasalamat sa family ko, sa support ko, and sa coaches ko, sa RK Hoops, sa Tenacity, and sa, syempre, kay Lord and sa girlfriend ko.
Ayun pala ang sikreto. Sinabi na. Maraming salamat, George Panty. Once again, is our most trusted player of the game, and it is Quezon City booking a ticket once again to join Binyan Tatakjal Angels. Balik sa inyo, gentlemen.
Isang nagdidilang anghel plus a supportive girlfriend equals a win at the quarterfinals. I think that's a formula that has always worked into perfection, Coach Anton. What a doubleheader it was para sa araw na ito.
What a doubleheader it was. Close games. I wouldn't have expected it to go a certain way, but there you go. Finals or the semifinals cast is complete.
And with that, we have our upcoming games on Sunday, June 28, 2026, still here at the Paranaque City Coliseum. It's going to be Rizal facing off against Quezon City and Batangas looking off against Binyan for 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. games respectively. This was incredible to watch. Any final thoughts about this series?
Again, it was something that we did not expect. We did expect the Queenpin Pasig and the Quezon City game to be the way it is, close fight all the way.
And with that being said, in behalf of my partner, Coach Anton de los Reyes, our courtside reporter, Flo Del Agua, and our production crew, my name is Hans Gilaria. We'll be seeing you next Sunday, or this Sunday, here at the second season of the Wmpbl Pro.
Ito